Rising. So, it's Jamila Assata Elizabeth, and I am here. Just woke up, and I woke up to a text message this morning, and I want to just answer the question publicly for everybody, so that all curious parties can know more about this journey, this adventure that I'm currently on. I saw a page called Search for Your Hulu. Anyways, look. Yeah, so I just wanted to pause it because I just need to go ahead and do what I feel like doing, which is putting this stuff in my hair. I went to the ocean yesterday, and I actually got in. Usually I go to the beach every morning, but I don't really get in. I just be exercising at the beach or whatever. But this time I was like, no, I'm going to go ahead and get in. So, wanted to do a video and go into some details about why I chose to move to Africa versus Mexico. Because a lot of African Americans and Americans, period, are running away to Mexico, which is ironic because there's been so many Mexicans to leave Mexico for opportunity and to come to America for that opportunity. So, just talking about why I chose Africa. And one thing I want to point out is that my family is actually a family of immigrants. I'm a first generation immigrant. So my mother and my father are not American. They are American naturalized, like citizenship now, but they are not from America in that way. They're actually from Trinidad. And so I have family there, and I have a house there. My grandmother's house is there. My grandmother passed away in January and left the house to us. And I usually was making a trip to Trinidad every year, and I would stay at my grandmother's house until my great aunt passed away last year. So I say all that to say that Africa might seem odd to many people who know my cultural background, who know my family background. It might seem odd because I could have easily went to Trinidad. I could have easily just went to the family house, and that way at least I'm not paying anything rent-wise. I'm just living. And of course Trinidad is a home in many ways, being that my parents are from there. But the reason that I chose to come to Africa and move to Africa instead of Trinidad is honestly because I am following my soul's guidance. I am following my soul's guidance. I have not made many of the decisions that you see me executing. I've not made them independently. I have found myself at this stage in my life. Everyone knows I'm a spiritual life coach. I'm a leader, a sage, a teacher, and I found myself at this stage of my life doing more listening, doing more divining, doing more soul searching than anything else. Many of the plans that I've made in the past with my life, when I first started life coaching, I was really big on making plans and, my objectives, and this is what I want to execute, and this is the strategy I'm going to use to execute it. I used to do that to the point where I was crazy. And with Africa wasn't something that I chose. Africa actually chose me. Africa chose me. Africa was like, are you done? When it comes to all this struggle and everything that you're doing in the United States, are you done? Like, first of all, sis, are you making real progress? Are you where you said you were gonna be? Are you where you want to be? Like, Africa was just very honest and very clear about the fact that I could be wasting my energy, wasting my life away, wasting my time, chasing things that, like, this is not even important to me. Why am I chasing it? And remembering what is important to me, and remembering my birthright ultimately. Why Africa? Because Africa is my birthright. Because if we're going to be honest about history, I am a diasporan. My families we're diasporans. That means that years ago, we were kidnapped. We were sold. We can't, like, I know people don't be want to talk about history and stuff like that. Oh, it's history, it's over with. But that shit, like, it actually happened. You know what I mean? Like, if 3 generations ago, your great-great-great-grandmother was kidnapped and forced to go to China and live amongst Chinese people who didn't really give a fuck about her, who tore her down, who made her feel like she could never be nothing. And now 3 generations later, you have a family who's struggled in the Chinese system, who's really caught hell trying to be something more in a system that never liked them, cared for them, rooted for them, gave a fuck about them. Then at a certain point, somebody in the generational lineage is going to be like, yo, why am I dealing with this? Why am I dealing with this? Like, work. That's how I feel. I feel like, why Africa? Because Africa is ultimately the original mother, the original home, you know? And when mother calls, I'm listening. Mother calls, I'm listening. I'm not going to sit up here and patty cake and choose, choose something that isn't really becoming who I am. And when I say who I am, like, this life is who I am. This is who I am. This feels more in alignment than anything I've ever lived in the United States of America. Like, people who knew me knew that it felt unnatural to me to be without sunlight. It felt unnatural to me. Like, my skin would start to get prickly and taut and, like, feel weird just not being in the sunlight. Like, sometimes I would deal with depression, and the only thing that could make me feel better was a natural environment. I would drive miles and miles and miles and miles and miles to get to the beach, just to be in a natural environment. And Africa gives that to me every single day. I don't have to work hard for it. I don't have to fight for it. I don't have to drive 400 miles to Florida or South Carolina just for a piece of beach, just for a piece of sunlight, in the fall, in the wintertime. I need to sit by the ocean. I need to hear the waves. I need to see the water. Like, that's just who I am. I'm not a water sign. I'm not any of that. I'm actually an earth sign. I'm all encompassing. And Africa gives me all of it. All the nature, I get it here. I get it here. And I don't have to fight for it. Like, so many things in my life have really been a fight, honestly. Such a fight. such a fight, such a battle, such a struggle, such a this, such a that. Even the concept of buying land. I could just take up $10,000, go buy a piece of land, go build a house and design it the way I want to design it. No fight. You know, no 30-year mortgage. No 16% interest. You know, half the time when people paying their mortgage, it's like you only paying $200 towards the actual cost of the house, and the rest of the money you paying towards interest, principal, and all that stuff like that. That's not it for me. I need to own my house. I need to own my land. I need to be able to give something to my children. I gotta give something to my great grandkids. I got things to do. And if I'm not in an environment where I can do those things efficiently, gotta go. And Africa is the environment. Africa has been such a blessing and a reminder on thriving. Like, I had gotten so accustomed to suffering that I forgot that's not natural. It's not natural to suffer. Like, it's natural to have more than what you need. It is. It's actually natural. It's not godly and pious and spiritual to be in a struggle, because struggle causes desperation. Struggle causes a lot of negative things. When people are struggling, they do really ridiculous shit. They beg, they steal, they kill. That's all a symptom of the evil known as struggle. That's all a symptom of the evil known as survival. That's what surviving looks like. It looks like hand to mouth is what they would call it in the islands. But that's what it looks like. And so for me, I'm not into that. And I've experienced that. I've experienced the struggle. And as a mother, I'm not gonna watch my kids go through that. And the other option, you know, at least in America, is the life of non-struggle. The life of non-struggle is when you are busting your ass and fighting all these factors, plus trying to sustain your mental health, trying to sustain your mental and emotional health. Ooh, God. Especially if you are a woman and you are a woman of color, trying to sustain mental health. Hold on, my black women. If I could just scoop up a number of black women, bring you into the vortex of Africa, let you see, let you feel, let you experience, even if it's for 24 hours, I would do it. I would do it because I really like who I'm becoming. I really like who I'm becoming. Like, I thought I became when I became the goddess queen. Like, I was like, all right, that's what I am, the goddess, the queen, got it. Jamila, the goddess queen, great. But now it's like a whole becoming. Now it's my harvest season. Now I am reaping the benefits of the seeds that were laid in generations before me. Reaping the benefits of energy and love that was poured into this journey before I even knew it existed. Reaping all of the wonderful things that those who have loved me from afar have wished into my life. I'm here reaping the benefits of that now. And it feels good. Depression is a thing of the past, honestly. Now that I'm in this vibration, I can feel the shifts in my energy. I have more control over it. You know, I can steer the energy a lot easier. I can steer the mental process a lot easier. And I realized the biggest difference is when I was in the U.S., it felt out of control. You know, I don't know if you've experienced this, just waking up and feeling off as fuck. Like feeling mad off. Like, what is this? Or like feeling off, but feeling like a low energy off. Like just feeling drained. Like you might have slept all night, but throughout the day, you just feel like you ain't got nothing. Like you ain't got nothing, you know, or waking up and feeling inadequate, you know, wanting to attack yourself. Like, this is something I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave it. I'm going to just say it to put it out there. But a lot of the depression, like, that people be experiencing, I realize the negative thoughts that we be having, it's like we have a certain amount of negative energy, and we are using it to attack our own self, you know, versus attacking the things that have put us in that situation in the first place, like these corporations, these companies that don't give a fuck about us, government systems that don't give a fuck about us, politicians. Like, we've kind of erased the real factors from the picture and just started focusing on beating up on ourselves. That's just what I observed. So, you know, I'm in a different space of appreciation. I'm pretty sure the longer I stay here, the more the gratitude and the happiness and the excitement and the abundance that I feel in my heart will start to radiate all over my body, all over my face, all over my hair, through my pores, just through my energy field. I'm sure of it, because even now when I'm looking at myself in pictures and looking at myself in video, it's just this peace. You know, it's a level of peace. It's a level of, you know, right now I'm defrosting still. And my hope is that I take my energy back to the origins, that I get back all that was lost and more. All that was lost, all that we should have had, all that. That I get back all of that and more. You know, so much hope, so much opportunity, so much possibility, so many good things. So many good things. And it's my harvest season, y'all. My harvest season, my shit is in Venus, bruh. This is really, I got like over a decade to be in harvest. I got over a decade to be in Venus. And if this is just the beginning, then I can only imagine. I can't even imagine. I was thinking about the whole concept of more than you can think or ask for, or even possibly hold in the palms of your hand. Like, that's how it just feels now. It just feels like, whoa, I'm getting more than I can even ask for. Like, I couldn't even think to ask for this, and here it is. So that's that. I wanted to just share that with you. And I hope that helps. You can subscribe if this is going on YouTube, or like, or whatever, or not. And I'll see you next time.